Evening, ladies and gents, how are you doing? Today I was hoping to cover a BBC story, because that's the channel that I famously critique all of the time, about the many riots and incidents going on in Paris following Le Pen's extremely solid performance in the French elections. However, when you go to the BBC website today, try as you might, even on the World News page, you can't find any mention of any unrest in the French capital. French filmmakers held over sex abuse allegations, oh well, there's a surprise. Biden's family wanting him to stay in the White House race, and then a whole story about the parties in France launching a new push after the far-right's success, but absolutely nothing in any of them about what's gone on in Paris since the results came out. And you might think maybe nothing's happened then, because we know that they call themselves tolerant and progressive and nice all the time. Surely the nice people wouldn't do anything not nice just because they lost a free and fair election, would they? Well, yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. And we're going to have to go to Sky News Australia, as usual, to get some footage of it. So I'll show you that, and then I'll give you my reaction, as usual. Stay tuned. I think that's enough of that. You knew what you were going to be looking at. Burning wheelie bins, windows getting smashed, businesses getting wrecked, a load of dirty, smelly commies desecrating all of the most ancient monuments in the capital, spraying their stupid graffiti all over it, and generally acting like wild animals just because they lost a free and fair election. Where have we seen that before, eh? Although, at least the French media didn't call it a mostly peaceful burning wheelie bin. Like you got in the United States. And the BBC simply spends the whole time crowing about how the RN isn't going to be able to govern because they're not going to have enough seats and they haven't got enough popular support, if you really think about it a lot. But funny old thing, that's a load of unmitigated bollocks as well, because if you go to Le Monde and check the actual black and white statistics, the colour-coded map that shows you who won where, you can see very clearly that the leading political bloc in every single district in the southeast, predominantly in the south, and in the centre of the country, essentially that big brown stain is proof that the RN is far and away the most popular party, and it absolutely smashed it. So to sum up, look at that picture. Obviously the RN is brown. Do you think they have a mandate to run the nation? They're going to attempt some slippery machinations now and have all of the other 5 or 6 parties that lean left or are full-blown, shrieking, gibberish, spewing commies. They're going to have them all try and link up together to try and stop the democratic will of the people, which is to do something about all the basics that are bothering everybody in every Western European country. not rocket science, is it? It's the same in every single country. What are people worrying about? Taxes, cost of living, unending waves of immigration. Nobody's having kids. Nobody feels safe because the streets are awash with millions of unvetted fighting age men, and nobody in the establishment wants to talk about it. It's obvious. It's the same all across the entire Western world. And only the right has said they're going to do anything about it, so funny old thing, they're popular. But the BBC and everybody else and Channel 4 and all of those dirty smear merchants are going to try and make out that it's just some weird fringe thing that people don't want the wives and daughters to get accosted by creepy Somalian men on the way to work or school. Make your own mind up. There's the electoral map. That's who won by district. The whole country basically turned brown, except for the usual suspects. And it's obvious that Le Pen has got a mandate to run the country, alongside that youthful, handsome fella as the Prime Minister, who it just goes to show how bad things are in the United States when they've got like a 28-year-old bloke who's going to end up the next Prime Minister, looks like, and we can't get anybody to shuffle up on the stage under the age of 70. But that's just my thoughts for the day. Quick one because I've got to go to work, unfortunately. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a good weekend, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Toodle pip. Cheers.